Good afternoon, everyone. I thought it might be quicker if I sent you a video email than if I wrote all of this out, because I'd like to take a minute to share some vision with you for our Women of Coastal meetings for our next ministry year that begins on September 11th. It's almost here. Last year, we spent our time with A Year with Jesus going through the book of John. And we learned throughout that year how to make him known in our daily lives, how to share our faith. That was a huge part of our year. This year, we're switching our focus to growing in Christ. Now, that doesn't mean that we leave evangelism in the dust and we don't share our faith, but it does just mean that we're going to build on that. And we want to talk about how we can grow in our personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Next year, we're going to be talking about Titus 2 and what it means to mentor other people. So that's the progression that we're going for. Our team has put together some exciting topics for our monthly meetings this year, and they'll look a little bit different from last year. So that's what I want to share with you today. Our goal with Women of Coastal monthly meetings is to draw women in who are not yet connected, women who don't have a small group, women who are just looking for a place to belong. And so our monthly Women of Coastal meetings is a great place for them to come and to meet ladies like them. There are hundreds of women at Coastal who are not involved. We want to draw them in and meet their needs. You are not one of those women. You're getting this email because you are connected. You are involved at Coastal. You are a member of our church family. And I hope that you'll make it a priority to participate in our monthly meetings, bringing women who are already in your sphere of influence and who are looking for a place to belong. Like last year, we'll begin our large group meeting. We'll begin with a large group meeting, rather. And our large group meeting is going to be praise and worship music. Maui and Jen are going to be working with other people in our music department to bring us some incredible praise and worship music this year. Nakia is working with some people to do some dramatic presentations and some creative elements that we didn't have last year. It's going to be a time of high energy. Of course, we'll have food because we always have to have food. But we'll do that once a month, the second Tuesday of the month in the morning and in the evening, 10 o'clock and 7 o'clock. Unlike last year, after that first 30-minute opener, we're going to break into small groups. Now, not everybody's going to be in a small group. We understand that. Some women are just going to come because they like to come to our large group meeting, and that's okay. But first, let's talk about the small groups. When we break into small groups, you're actually going to take your small group to another area within the church, and you're going to have a regular small group meeting. That's the second Tuesday of every month. The other Tuesdays of the month, you still come for your small group. We'll have some coffee in the cafe area, and you can still mix and mingle with other women who are coming for small group, but then everyone will spend the entire time in a small group time, just like every other small group that we have. We're not asking all of you to switch to Tuesday. We are asking that if some of you can work on Tuesday, either starting a new group or switching your group, that you would consider that, because we'd like to make it as easy and seamless as possible for women who are not yet involved to be involved. If they can come to a large group on Tuesday, that means they can come to a small group on Tuesday. So we're hoping that you will consider that option. Of course, we also don't expect every woman to want to be in a small group. So we would also like to ask some of you to consider being a table leader. Table leaders would do the same thing a small group leader would do, but only at our large group meetings once a month. That might be something that would suit you if you don't feel like you're in the stage of life, or if you're quite ready to do that small group step. We think you're ready. For some of you, piece of cake. Others of you, it's quite a stretch, and you've probably never even thought about it before. But we want to just challenge you to think about it. So here's what I'd like you to pray about. Number 1, be an advocate for women in our church, inviting them to our monthly meeting and attending with them so that they'll feel comfortable. Number 2, consider being a small group leader. This would be for every week during our small group season. That's 8 weeks in the fall and 8 weeks in the spring. You can also do everything in between, but that's not required of you. But we would love to see some of you doing that on Tuesdays here at the church. And then finally, if that's not where you are, consider being a table leader. This would be once a month from September until May, and the questions will be provided for you. We'll give training for both of these scenarios. Now then, if you are interested and willing in being a small group leader, I want to invite you to a small group leader training this Sunday. I know that's quick, and that's why I'm sending this email. I'm also going to have someone give you a call. I'm splitting it up between some different ladies to give you a call to answer your questions, make sure you got this email in the first place, and also just to see if you would be interested in any of these areas. The meeting for new small group leaders is this Sunday after the third service. Lunch and childcare will be provided, so please RSVP to let us know if you're going to come so we can have enough of each of those. If you cannot come this Sunday, that's totally understandable. Please let us know that you're still interested so that we can get with you one-on-one. If you can come Sunday, RSVP to Amy, A-M-Y, at gocoastal.org. If you can't come, you can also email Amy, or you can email me, Bethany, at gocoastal.org, and we'll make sure that we somehow connect to get you involved. My heart is heavy for the women who call Coastal home, and for the women who have not yet come here. Our society is so stressful these days. There is so much going on, especially for women in the home, women in the workplace, women everywhere. Women come into our doors every week carrying very, very heavy loads. God has called all of us to minister to them as a member of this local body, to lift them up in prayer and to encourage them in their faith. So I hope that you'll join me in ministering to these ladies. Together we can continue to develop authentic followers of Jesus Christ. Thank you for taking these few minutes to listen to the vision, considering the things that we've asked you to consider, and I hope to see you soon. Have a good night. Bye-bye.